throughout the black community and all in the historical black colleges, HBCUs, there are politicians going to these places talking to us about killing our children, telling black folk, and they speak to us in code that they feel that we're too dumb to see through. I didn't say we were, they think we are. What is the code? Women's health. That's the code talk. Women's reproductive rights. There is no reproduction in abortion. Abortion, by definition, is the interruption of a natural process that leads to a particular outcome, in this case, a human being coming into the world. They have trained you to hear women's health issues as make you think that there's people actually out against women's health when they're actually trying to save unborn babies.
Welcome to Wake Up Black. Educate and enlighten.
See, there are things that's going on in the world today that lets me know that what is in jeopardy is not our history. Our problem is we've learned nothing from our storied and august history. We have come a long way. The story of the black race in this country is one of triumph and tragedy. Amen. When we were brought here, we weren't welcome. The Statue of Liberty wasn't built for us. We were not welcome. And no one expected us to last. We were brought here for free labor, to be slaves. We weren't even considered as human beings. But God blessed us. And God kept us. And look at where we are today. Look at where we are in society, in the communities we live in. Look at where we are in the field of entertainment and sports, athletics, academia. We're everywhere. I read a sign. I was traveling in a deep part of a state I won't name. I almost said it. And a man passed me, and he had a sign on his truck that said, had we known that it would have turned out like this, we would have left the slaves in Africa. And I laughed and laughed because that made the point. They didn't know. But God knew. God knew. You see. And look at us now. We're blessed of the Lord and highly favored. But my concern is the future. See, we're talking about all of this social justice stuff, right? I have a question for the social justice warriors. Does social justice apply to the unborn? I've never seen a social justice warrior at an abortion clinic. I've never seen them show up and say, let the baby live. If social justice doesn't apply to the unborn, social justice doesn't apply at all. Because if people aren't born, then there are no people to make sure that the social justice laws apply to. I look at what is happening in our country today. In the last 3 years, almost 10 million illegal immigrants have entered into the country. I don't blame them. And they're coming from all over the world. China is sending in thousands of single men. The overwhelming majority of immigrants, illegals that are coming in, are males. Most do not come in waving the U.S. flag. They come in with flags from their own country. They're not embracing the melting pot. We're seeing our government now show more kindness to illegals than to American citizens. You can't hardly pull up to a stoplight and park your car in peace and wait for the light to go from green to red to green. It can't change fast enough for you because there's somebody walking by wanting a handout. And these are overwhelmingly U.S. citizens. How is it that we can find money to house people who are here illegally, but there is nothing for those who are legal? So I don't want to talk about black history. And again, I'm not blaming. If I live somewhere else, and if I could get in America, I'd go under the fence, over the fence, whatever. I'm not talking about those who are seeking asylum. But I am speaking of a matter of the law because it concerns me that while this is taking place on our southern and northern border, we talk about the southern and northern, throughout the black community and all in the historical black colleges, HBCUs, there are politicians going to these places talking to us about killing our children. Telling black folk, and they speak to us in code that they feel that we're too dumb to see through. I didn't say we were, they think we are. What is the code? Women's health. That's the code talk. Women's reproductive rights. There is no reproduction in abortion. Abortion, by definition, is the interruption of a natural process that leads to a particular outcome, in this case, a human being coming into the world. They have trained you to hear women's health issues as make you think that there are people actually out against women's health when they're actually trying to save unborn babies. And when you consider what is being told to us, and you consider that we're having fewer, smaller and smaller families, and when you consider that they're bringing in people, just the other day, the bill, I have it right here, the name of the bill, and I'm going to preach this morning, H.R. 6976. H.R. 6976 was a bill that would deport illegals if they were convicted of drunk driving. Drunk driving is a problem. You can get killed. The multitude of people who have lost families, loved ones in their lives from a drunk driver, that's a real problem. And then if you compound the problem with that if the person who was drunk wasn't supposed to be here anyway, that's a double loss. Do you not know that 159 Democrats voted against that measure? Against it. I have said this to you for years. I'm hearing others say it now. We are being replaced. We're being replaced. And we're behaving, and this is hard to hear, but I want you to hear me and hear my heart. We're behaving like the frog that's being slowly boiled. We don't even notice it. We don't even see it. You drive past workplaces where you used to see black folk doing those jobs. You don't see us anymore. So well, they moved up. Up where? You go in the corporate rooms, it's still white. Where did they go? Where did they go? See, so there is something going on, and the alarm needs to be sound. God knows we have a storied history and many, many, many heroes to talk about and many reasons to be proud. But we are nullifying all of those gains by killing our own. Amen. So I want to talk about black future, the future of our race. We deserve to live. We deserve to exist. We deserve to multiply. Yeah, we do. We're not better than anyone else, but we're not worse. Amen. And the things that have been done, that are being done, are against us. We've already lost our status as America's largest minority party. That's gone. And it ain't coming back. Because, first of all, they convinced us to have smaller and smaller families. They convinced us from the pulpit and everywhere else, it's all right to kill the fruit of the womb. And it's amazing in the average abortion clinic, and I got to leave this alone, where the woman is sitting there and the ladies in the clinic who are standing around and they're aiding and abetting her as she gets rid of that precious life. A large number of those women are lesbians, because there's a direct link between the lesbian community and the abortion community. And see, since the lesbians are engaged in a relationship that don't produce babies, no way. See, because children don't, saliva doesn't germinate.
It won't work. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Some of you all will figure that out next month.